All right. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to day 4, speaking for six-figure success. If you can't hear me, you got to click the little volume button. If you can't hear me, just click that little volume button. Welcome to day 4 of the Facebook challenge, speaking for six-figure success. I'm so excited to get you these tools and these skills because the truth is that I know that speaking in many ways is the fastest way to grow a business. And for any of you who have been getting tired or sick of going one client at a time, getting out there and being a speaker and getting on camera and getting live in front of real, human beings, three-dimensional audiences will make your business quantum leap so much faster than you'd be able to do one client, one conversation at a time. And if that's been feeling tedious, like if it's been feeling tedious to go one client, one conversation at a time, then today is the day for you. Definitely welcome. Congratulations for being here, and listen up because the tools and the skills that I'm going to give you today will help you build your business much more quickly. If you're working a job and you're looking to make that transition into seeing clients and creating your own income, this is one of the fastest ways that you can do that. This is how I did it. This is how I transitioned from having a part-time gig to, creating my whole goal when I first started out was just to make $5,000 a month. And that's really the goal of many of my clients as well. And as I grew and grew and grew, now we've grown into $1 million training company. I've had, hundreds of clients create $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, six-figure incomes from speaking. And I just love it because it's such a feminine strategy, right? Like, as I get you the tools today, I really want to, emphasize that this is such a feminine strategy. In fact, chapter 11 is all about speaking for success. In chapter 11, I give you the whole formula to actually give a talk that sells, because there's a difference between like getting up on stage and entertaining and actually getting up on stage and offering something. And when you understand those differences, you'll be able to use the systems for actually plugging all your creativity and everything that you want to say and everything that you want to teach into a format that actually takes people down an experience for themselves so that they get left with the desire. If they're, excuse me, bless me, bless me, bless me. You can say bless you on the comment thread. I don't know if I've ever sneezed on a Facebook Live before. Isn't it awesome that you don't have to be perfect to be a sexy six-figure or even seven-figure speaker? So, this training today is about you actually using speaking to find your clients. Many of you have been taking part in the Facebook challenge. This is day 4 of 5 days. You've been taking part in the challenge, learning enrollment tools, discovering what your leadership style is, whether you're more of a visionary or more of a mentor or more of a healer, discovering whether you lead more with nurturing or do you lead more with bold advice. And then as you embrace those parts of yourself and you're learning to actually, get a little bit more clear on what you offer and getting out there and having chats with people to see if they'd be a good fit to work with you. The question always arises, how do I find those people? The answer is speaking's the best way. So today we're going to really help you distinguish between the pros and cons of speaking online versus getting out there and speaking live. I'm going to help you, clear some of the fears that you might have of speaking. I'm also going to help you create a magnetic talk title and really help you look at, how do you put a talk together that actually sells? And then for those of you that want more support in this area, you want to use speaking to grow your business really quickly, I'll share with you a resource about how you can actually get more support from my team and I to help you completely rock your live events and your workshops. Now, what I'd love to know, just as we're getting started, is have you ever given a talk before for your business? And what's the topic that you speak on? And if you have a title for your talk, please type it into the comments section below. And then we're going to help you work with those titles, because the number one way to get more people to show up to hear you speak, whether you're online or in person, fastest way to get people to show up is to have the right title. Like you actually have a title that magnetizes your ideal clients. So go ahead and just let us know if you've never given a talk before. Let us know that in the comments thread below. And let us know on a scale of 1 to 10, like how ready are you to give a talk for your business, right? Like, are you like, I'm a 1 or a 2. Like I'm still feeling pretty nervous about that. And, you know, Jerry Seinfeld says, the biggest fear, the number one fear of Americans is the fear of public speaking. So that means that most people would rather be, you know, laying in the casket than giving the eulogy, right? So if you're in that camp and you're like, I don't know about this public speaking thing, Sage, just, you know, that's fine. You could type that into the comment thread below. But I just want to hear, like, what is the topic that you want to talk on, and any ideas that you have for speaking. And hold on just a second, because the music just got really loud. I'm just gonna push this little button over here to let them know to tone that down. Hold on just a second. All right, we got it. I'm all here with you now. So as you guys are posting your, as you guys are posting your signature talk topics, I'm really excited to hear, what's your biggest fear? Would you guys be willing to also post that? Like, what are you most afraid of when you get out there and give talks? Are you most afraid that people are going to judge you? Are you most afraid that you won't be prepared? Suzette has never given a speech yet. No problem, Suzette. Sophia definitely has no idea about this public speaking thing. No problem, Sophia. Caroline, you're not shy, but you do sometimes, like you're actually, oh, I get that, Caroline. I'm wondering how many of you are like Caroline. You're not actually shy when you're in front of like 100 people, but when you're in front of like 10 or 12 or maybe 20 people, like a smaller, more intimate audience, that's almost more intimidating. Carolyn, I have a great story about that. You know, when I first started out, again, my goal was to just make $5,000 a month. I knew if I could make $5,000 a month as a coach and as a mentor, I wouldn't have to go back and work my job anymore. So I started speaking in the Bay Area at the local libraries, in my living room. My business started out with 12 women sitting around on my purple couches drinking tea and having like a women's empowerment circle. And I ended up getting to the point where I could deliver a talk to those women that had the right women invest in my services. To the point where I was having speaking engagements where I would make $5,000 or $10,000 right there in my living room, or at the, you know, healing center down the street. And I got more nervous the day that I was invited to speak at my local church than I had ever been speaking to these women that would come into my living room, because I would advertise on Craigslist and on Facebook to fill my events in my local community. And so the women that were coming, I didn't know them. They were all strangers. And it was easy for me to sit down and just give them a talk. But when I got invited to speak at my local church one Sunday morning and do a little talk on leadership at the end, I flipped out. I mean, I almost couldn't even like think straight. I almost threw up that morning because so many of my friends were in the congregation. So, you know, if you're like Carolyn, if you're like me, and, you know, different sizes of audiences kind of affect you differently, that's an interesting thing to look at. Maya, you're excited to get out there and do cooking demos. That's awesome. Anne has a speech topic, helping women move into the arena. whatever that means in their life. Beautiful, Anne. That's a real, like, that's a leadership oriented topic, right? Because Anne, not everybody knows what it means to move into the arena, but I love what you're doing. And Anne, let's just make sure that we come up with a title for you, because this is such an exciting topic. Let's just make sure that we come up with a title for you that people will really respond to. Sophia is afraid that you'll forget everything and become totally tongue-tied. Oh my God, I totally get it. It looks like Carolyn gets that too. Kaya's speech topic is 4 simple habits to improve your health. Yes, habit changers to improve your health. That's awesome. Kia, I'm excited for you to be here today. So let's just dive right in. And oh, I almost forgot. We have a winner to announce. Dun, 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 dun. Before we dive into the best secrets to actually profit from live events and fill live events, we have been in a contest for the last 2 days. And I want to thank every one of you who has grabbed a copy of the book. The book comes with $1,200 worth of bonuses this week. You get the template to identify your life as a PhD program, preparing you for your message. You get the formula in chapter 12 to create a business that gives back. We'll be talking about that tomorrow. I have a mystery guest on tomorrow, so make sure you join us tomorrow. And you also get the Freedom Formula video training, how to work 12 days a month or less, when you buy the book this week. And many of you have invested in 5 books so that you can actually start your own women's group, just like you met my friend Deborah from my women's group yesterday. And you're leading with generosity. You're excited to get this book into the hands of some of the women in your life so that you guys can all build your businesses together, because you know collaboration equals currency and connection equals currency. And I just want to thank you from my heart to yours. Those of you who have bought the book, congratulations. Those of you who are getting the book into the hands of women who are ready to make more money and keep more money and give back and do amazing things with that money, thank you so much. We have a winner, somebody who invested right away in 5 books for her community. And she is the winner of a year-long program with my team and I, where we're gonna help you build out every aspect of your business. The program starts this spring. It's called Entrepreneurial Leadership Academy. It's a $10,000 training program. It comes with private coaching, and it comes with weekly support in your business. And the winner is Pam Carlin from South Dakota. Pam, you're amazing. I hope you're here. I'm so excited to spend the year with you. If you're here on the Zoom chat, please raise your hand by clicking the hand raise button at the bottom of the screen. And if you're not on Zoom, just hop over on Zoom. I hope I get to congratulate you in person. If you're not here, my team will be getting in touch with you today to let you know that you are the winner of the Entrepreneurial Leadership Academy. So again, if you are on Zoom, if you click over onto video and just raise your hand, we'll be able to congratulate you on your incredible win. And in the meantime, I will keep my eye out for you, but I want to really speak into this idea that speaking is the fastest way to find your clients and build your business. Now, I get that some of you might be intimidated or freaked out by speaking, and I understand. I was too, because I used to teach high schoolers, and high schoolers are like a fairly easy audience, you know? Like I would kind of get to the point where I was like, well, you know, at least I'm 10 years older than they are, right? When I started my business, I then started speaking to adults, and adults are much more capable of judging me and, you know, knowing more than I might know. And, you know, I was terrified that people were going to challenge me on my knowledge or ask me a question that I didn't know the answer to. And once I embraced that I didn't actually have to be a perfect, incredible speaker, I could just show up and be a facilitator. I could just show up and share what I know and lead with generosity and let people know that there's more where that came from. I was able to flip that switch inside of myself that was holding me back from getting up in front of people. And I was able to start to realize that there's just a natural there's a natural distinction that people make when you're giving a talk on a certain topic. And I became really aware of the ease that comes in when I could, advertise a free talk happening in my local community, at my local library, at a local healing center. I could put the word out on Facebook and on Craigslist and through email. I could put the word out that free talk was happening, and people would come without me having to have all these one-on-one conversations to try to figure out who are my clients and where are they, right? When you're willing to give a talk, even if it's imperfect, right? This is about completion, not perfection. When you're willing to get up in front of 2 people or 3 people or 5 people or 8 people, when you're willing to do that, there's just a natural way that those people then have chosen to take a step toward you. And it makes your enrollment conversations with clients so much easier. So let's talk a little bit about online speaking versus offline speaking. Here's the way it works online. When you get online and you do videos and you do webinars, your conversion is much less than when you're in a live room with a group of people. And that makes sense, right? Because when you guys sign up for this Facebook challenge, when you guys sign up for a webinar, your commitment isn't the same as if you had actually signed up to attend something in your community on a Tuesday night or a Thursday evening or a Sunday afternoon. If you actually sent an email saying, yes, I'm coming, right? Or registered for a local event, almost 100 of you are registered for an event that I'm doing next week in San Francisco. In fact, Jen Sebastian can give you the link to that. If you're in the Bay Area and you want to come meet me in person, we're doing an amazing business training called Feminine Secrets to Enrolling Clients. And it's my book party. Hay House is throwing it for me. It's next Wednesday night. I think we're down to just 12 or 14 seats open. So I know at least 100 of you have signed up to actually come to that talk next week. And it's a small fee, but it comes with a free book. But you guys, I'll be honest, you guys are much more likely to show up for that talk in person. It's at the Unity Spiritual Center in San Francisco. You're more likely to sign up for that once you've actually committed to coming out and driving your car across town and parking. You're more committed to actually making something happen when it's live and 3-dimensional than when you just sign up for something online. And maybe that's not you particularly, but that's how the numbers work. So just to give you an idea, when you look at online marketing, when you look at this kind of a video environment or a webinar environment, my colleagues and I, in the last week, I've been interviewed for my book by Justin Livingston and Susan Pierce Thompson and Margaret Lynch and a bunch of 7-figure entrepreneurs. And all of us are having very similar results online when we get to the point where we're really good at what we do and we know what we're selling. Our results online are something like a conversion of 1% to 3% of people that sign up might buy our program, right? So if let's say we want 10 new clients, right? If 1% to 3%, let's say 1% is the average, because when you're just getting online, you're still kind of learning how to talk about what you do, right? So let's just start you out at 1%. And let's say that we want 10 new people in a program. Well, if we want 10 new people in a program, 10 new clients, and we're going to convert at 1% online, that means that we're going to need to have 1,000 people signed up for our online event in order to pull 10 of those people into our program. That's just basic online conversion, right? It's very, very difficult to get your online conversion to go a lot higher than that, right? No matter how good you are. But let's say that we want 10 new clients and we decide to do a talk in our surrounding community or in a nearby community. Some of you live rurally, but you may be willing to drive an hour or 2 hours to the nearest city. So you can do a talk at a local bookstore or in a friend's living room. If you're willing to get live and in front of people, your conversion, if you do a fairly good job, is going to be more like 25 to 30%. Isn't that cool? So if you want 10 new clients, it's very conceivable that you could do the work to put 30 people in a room and end up with 10 new clients if you get in front of those people and you give them a sense of hope and a sense of confidence that they can have the thing that they want to have, and you let them know that you have a program to help them get there. Would it be easier for you right now, if you're just starting out, especially, to put 30 people in a room or to get 1,000 people registered for a webinar? I don't know about you, but I've always really appreciated the way things work live and in person. Now, of course, I'm talking to you on a video camera. However, many of you have seen the pictures of our live events. We have amazing live events here at Women Rocking Business. And one of the things that I know is that I've watched client after client after client. We've graduated probably 1,000 clients just from our workshop trainer program. And I've watched client after client after client get to the point where they can get in front of people and they can do their talk, and they can end up, after they do their talk, even if they feel a little wobbly, they end up with a couple of brand new clients as a result of that talk. Whether it's 1 new client, 2 new clients, 5 new clients, it's happening almost every week in our communities, that the women that train with us are saying, oh my gosh, I just did a talk and I got 2 new clients. I just did a talk and I had 4 people raise their hand. They want to talk to me about hiring me. And I just want to impart to you that if you're someone that's really needing to get over that hump where you have the income coming in, embracing speaking is going to be one of the fastest ways to get there. And it is so feminine, right? It's like so in alignment with women's values, because we love to give, right? One of the things I love about these Facebook Lives is that whether you ever become a client of ours or not, I get to touch you. I get to give you some great information that I know is going to help you, and some of you may raise your hand and say, yeah, I want to go further with you. And some of you, it won't be a fit to do that. And that's okay with me. I get to show up and give. I don't have to be sneaky over here. I'm not pulling the wool over your eyes. I'm here to teach you as much as I can in the time that we have together. And for those of you that want to go further, there will be ways to do that. You do not have to be a perfect speaker, okay? People can relate to you a lot more if you actually are human, right? You show up and you bring your humanity. I just sneezed and had to walk across my office to turn off the music right here on camera, and none of you hung up, right? So like I said, when you're willing to get up in front of people, there's just a natural trust and connection that happens with the people in the room. Now, I want to share one formula with you that we actually have designed an entire 3-month course around. That formula is to speak for free and offer what we call discovery sessions. Now, there's a lot of ways to speak and to get paid for speak, and we teach all kinds of ways in our programs. And one of the things that I recommend you consider doing to start out is to actually be willing to speak for free. I've had a lot of clients approach me and ask me, I want to be able to get paid to speak. And I'm here to tell you that there's not nearly as many paid speaking gigs out there as there used to be. If you're willing to speak for free and get in front of people and then offer what we call discovery sessions or free consultations when you're doing that talk, what's great about that is it takes the pressure off of you to offer something that may cost quite a bit of money. In order to coach with you or mentor with you, you might charge, $250 a month or $300 a month or $500 a month, right? And I do want to encourage you to step out of the time for dollars paradigm. We'll actually be letting you know about a master class that I have going on later this week where I teach you a little bit about how to actually get out of that. I charge $150 an hour paradigm, because if some of you are thinking about charging per hour, I want to get you out of that mindset, because there's a way that you can actually charge for the transformation that you provide rather than charging hourly, right? But let me back up to this formula. You offer free speaking engagements, whether it's offline, live at your local community center or, you know, your living room or your friend's living room. It can be anywhere you feel comfortable, just somewhere you feel comfortable. Offer a speaking engagement, give some great information, and then offer a free consultation. As a result of people attending that talk, people can sign up to have a 30-minute chat with you. And then you can use some of the tools that I taught you last week on the Facebook Lives to have those conversations and enroll clients in your services. And the great thing about that is it takes the pressure off of you to have to actually make an offer for your paid services right there at your speaking engagement, right? Because let's think about it. You've got a lot of pressure on you when you first start getting out there to speak to a live audience. If you're not used to speaking, right? Or even if you love it, you're probably most of you teaching on a fairly new topic, right? So you're going to be doing an introduction, you're going to be getting to know the people in the room, you're going to be teaching, and then you're going to be making an offer, right? And that's a lot of new skills to develop at once. So I like to tell my clients, let's take the pressure off of you, right? My clients know I'm like all about simple. The more we can simplify this, the easier we can make it, the more success you're going to have, right? Because when you're trying to do too many things, it's very tricky to get much momentum. So speak for free, offer something else that's basically free where people could sit down with you for 30 minutes and see if it's a fit to work together, and boom, your ideal clients will emerge out of those conversations, and you'll get a chance to fill your practice, fill your programs, and actually be making money, the kind of money that you want to be making with your business. So what do you need to start speaking? What do you need to get out there, to get in front of people and actually have people show up? Okay, so number one, you're going to need a great title. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Number two, you're going to need a solid outline for your talk. Okay, I do not recommend scripting out your entire talk and trying to memorize it. I would much rather, there's two things I would like you to practice several times. Write this down. There's two things I'd like you to commit somewhat to memory and at least practice it a few times. And that's your introduction, because that's when you're most nervous, right? When you first get on stage, that's when we're the most nervous. And I always have an idea how I'm going to start out these Facebook Lives with you guys, because I'm always feeling a little bit nervous to get on camera, especially because I'm here alone, right? Nobody's interviewing me. So you want to practice your introduction and you want to practice your offer, okay? That offer that you make, even an offer for a discovery session. Remember, people might not be investing with you with their money, but they're investing in you with their time. If they sign up for a 30-minute discovery session with you, where you sit down and see if it's a fit to do more work together, that's a big investment on their part to also put that in their calendar. So you want to make sure that you build the value of that 30 minutes. You know, we're going to sit down, we're going to get you an individualized tool to help you blah, 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 fill in the blank, whatever it is that you help people with. And we're going to see if it's a fit to do more work together, right? And that's the thing. You want to make sure that you're not doing a bait and switch. You're not like, oh, it's this free session and I'm just going to support you for an hour. No, that's where we run into trouble in the mentorship field. When we offer people these free sessions and then we spend like an hour giving to them, hoping that maybe like all of a sudden they'll hire us. You guys need to know how to make that offer. We need to make sure that we get you the formula for being able to make a tight offer that people actually say yes to. Because if you spend more than 30 minutes on the phone or in person with somebody who isn't going to buy something from you, no matter what you say, you're going to start feeling resentful and like you've wasted your time. And then, you know, those thoughts might creep into your head where it's like, I'm not cut out for this. Why am I doing this in the first place? So that whole thing of actually learning to sit down and have a 30-minute conversation with someone and then making that offer from stage, right? That's a whole skill set. It's a whole set of learnings that we want to make sure that you get at some point in your business, because no matter how good you are at your modality, you know, Margaret Lynch just interviewed me this morning and we were laughing about how when we sign up for coaching school or we sign up to go learn hypnotherapy or EFT or XYZ or whatever it is that we want to, how to be a consultant, when we went and learned the skills for doing that, it was kind of like we were hoping that somebody would just give us a certificate. Like I'm a certified coach, right? I'm a certified hypnotherapist, whatever it is, and we could just hang that on the wall, and then the clients would just line up, right? And we find out pretty quickly that's not how it works. And by the way, if you don't actually have a modality, you just know that you have a skill and a service. If you have a way of being, a way of inviting people into that you want to bring, and even if you're not officially certified in it, that's okay. My clients don't actually succeed because of the certifications that they have, right? My clients succeed because they skill up in matching the thing they're passionate about doing with their clients with learning really good marketing strategies so they can actually make a bigger difference for people. And if you haven't had as many clients come to you as you want to yet, I just want you to know that's not your fault, right? It's just that you probably are missing a particular skill set in the area of marketing, filling events, and actually enrolling clients. So let's back up and talk about, so now that we've talked a little bit about the formula, right? Free speaking, give some great content, make an offer, have a discovery session with people. But let's back up for a minute, because we need to make sure we get what's called butts in seats. How do we get people to come and listen to you speak, right? How do we get those butts in seats? So the number one thing that we have to look at is what you're calling your talk. Okay, so let's talk about this, because that was one of the things I promised you today, and I want to make sure that you get that. Your talk for your speaking engagement, and then I want you to be brainstorming your own titles. Even if you're just thinking about it for the very first time right now, what if this was the moment that you came up with a marketing tool? Like if we just got you a title for a free talk that you could give today, right here, while you're on this video with me, that could be a game changer in your business, right? So like be open to that happening, right? Like if you're just sitting there going, dun, 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 it's so nice to hear all of these amazing things from Sage, right? Like now is the moment I invite you to engage. Grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, and let's actually invite you into a moment where this could be a transformation for your business right here, right now. So I want to underline what it is that I've seen makes like my clients pop out and move into the six figures right away, what I watch my colleagues doing to really scale their businesses up. I want to just emphasize that there's a time for innovation, and then there's a time for imitation. And, as a business mentor, I will be the first to tell you and to really encourage you not to lose your creativity on this path of getting your message out there. Like, please don't stop being who you are, okay? The more authentic you can be, the more you can bring your own unique way of doing things into the marketplace, the more people are going to trust you. Okay, there's less and less people out there wanting scripted, formulated talks, right? They want to hear your authentic expression. And at the same time, if you don't have a formula to put all of that creativity into that has been tested and, that we know works, then you're shooting in the dark a little bit. So I like to say, imitate before you innovate. Learn to imitate others who have done this successfully. And then once you learn the rules, you can break the rules. So I might tell you some things when I tell you what works in a really effective talk title. I might tell you a few things that, and I'm just looking for your comments right now. I might tell you a few things as I'm going through this that you find yourself resistant to. No, not you. I might throw out some information that you're like, that doesn't feel natural to me. I'm going to challenge you to be willing to try it on. see if it works, try it out, rather than just disregarding it. Because some of the things I may share in the next few minutes might sound a little formulaic, but I promise you, they work. So what makes a great talk title? Number one, it's simple. It's simple, and we use basic language that's not metaphorical and that's easily digestible to the person consuming it. A great talk title passes what we call, and I hope you're taking notes, a great talk title passes what we call the face test. That means that when you put your title out into the world, people who recognize the title know if they belong at that event right away, right? If you are teaching moms, for instance, right? Attention moms, right? 3 secrets to triple your free time while, skyrocketing your parenting skills. Boom, I'm there, right? Versus if you said something like, come and learn to master self-care for moms. We've actually had some, mom mentors in our programs try out titles around self-care for moms. Guess how many people show up? Not very many. Moms know they need to take better care of themselves, but they'd rather just go to the local spa and get a massage than come to your talk so that you can teach them about self-care, right? You've got to actually give them something that is an immediate result that they're seeking. Write this down. Features tell, but benefits are what sell, right? So if you explain the features of your talk, like come learn 3 experiential self-care practices that will change your life, those are features. They're not the benefits. Once you learn how to take better care of yourself, guess what you're going to have? More energy, more free time. You're going to be a better mom. That's what we want you to put in the title. Is this making sense? So write that down. Features tell, but benefits sell. Again, you can type these things into the comment thread too. We can kind of keep a running note-taking guide. And then use basic, simple language. One of the things that I think is so important for us to remember is that when we are marketing to our clients, we have to remember that everybody out there all the time is busy. We're all busy. There's distractions for all of us. So we have to be willing to fight a little bit for people's attention. And the way that we do that is by keeping things really simple and by grabbing them with attention-grabbing headlines. And not just attention-grabbing headlines, but headlines that actually save your potential clients brain calories. Because if your title's too long or too metaphorical, people aren't necessarily going to know what you mean. They need to know right away that this free talk is for them, right? So you would say attention business owners, attention aspiring business owners, attention moms. We had a beautiful goddess on the line yesterday that was looking to work with survivors of war, right? Have you been through war, right? Or have you or your family members been through war, right? Let me help, right? 3 keys to healing war trauma, right? These titles are clear and they save me brain calories if I'm the one seeing the title on Facebook or seeing the title in an email or on a flyer, right? I can immediately understand if I'm meant to be at that talk or not. So I want to do a little bit of coaching, and I want you guys to post your talk titles below so that we can give you feedback on, I'm just pulling you up right now. We can give you feedback on your talk titles. And I'm also really excited to take a couple of you, to work with a couple of you on video today, to actually get your titles dialed in even more. Here we go. Let's look at some of your ideas. Cheyenne says three strategies to fun mothering. Okay, Cheyenne, that's close. That's really awesome. My question for you, Cheyenne, is do mothers actually want to be fun mothers? Or is their goal to be like effective, well-resourced mothers, right? Because I think fun is definitely something you get to teach them when they come and be in your room. Actually, I think you're right here. Let's just bring you on. And then if you guys want support with your talk titles, go ahead and raise your hand on the bottom of the screen and we'll bring some of you guys on. There's Cheyenne. And you are sideways. There you go. That was adorable.
It's an authentic moment.
Don't you love that we don't have to be perfect?
Yes.
It takes so much of the stress out of it. So tell me in your words what you feel like these moms are longing for the most.
I feel like, what I wanted most was to step into who my dream of being a mom was. I wanted to be fun. I wanted to be empowered but gentle. And I really wanted to set up this just loving and nurturing and amazing, magical place for my kids.
Yeah. Beautiful. And it would be really sweet for you to do some client interviews, talk to some moms that you'd love to support, whether they ever hired you or not, and ask them like, what are the 5 things you're really looking for as a mom, right? To get it in their words as well. And I think that what you're speaking into is absolutely a part of it. Like you just want life to be amazing for your kids, right? And you want to be happy as a mom.
Right, and for me, right.
Yeah. I actually think 3 strategies to happy mothering would speak to me more because I think too, like, here's the thing is that we have to remember the moms that are going to hire you, let's face it, if moms are going to hire you, you've got to speak a little bit to the moms who are like a little bit in pain.
Right. And that's actually what I've been calling my website and coaching is just Happy Mom Coaching.
Happy moms. I think it's a really great descriptor for you, Cheyenne, because this is going to be an important teaching, I think, for all of you guys. Good marketing, write this down. In good marketing, you're willing to do something that I call connecting the dots. And so what that means is that you connect the dots for your listener, for your potential client. Now, if you have a mom who's struggling because she's wiped out, she doesn't have all the good parenting skills yet, so she maybe isn't setting the boundaries she needs to set. She's, maybe she's cranky. She's going to be the mom that's probably willing to invest in your services. But for her to think about mothering being fun might be too much of a leap for her. Do you see what I mean? So we need to connect the dots for her. For her, she just needs to know, oh my God, I could actually be happy while I'm doing this. I can raise solid, happy kids and I can free up some of my free time, right? So I think that happy is a great descriptor for you. And I think a lot of people are learning from this. Any other questions for me?
No, that's awesome. I have tons of questions. Long term, I'd love to be in your year-long program when my 2 little 3-year-olds are maybe in first grade. But
get it, totally. Maybe start out. We're opening doors to a 3-month program next week. So maybe start out with something like that where you can dabble a little bit.
Yes, I would love that.
Yeah. Oh, Cheyenne, it's so nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Your moms are going to be lucky to work with you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Let us know if you put that talk out there and have a few moms come.
I have a talk coming up and it's mistitled. So I'm going to remarket it.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. You
Same
can
date, new title.
Change the name. Yep. Change the name, put it back out there. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm super excited. Thank you.
Bye, sweetheart.
Bye.
All right. Let's hear from, I don't know who this is. You raised your hand though. It says admin, but I don't know who you are.
Hi.
You're the admin.
I guess so.
Well, tell me, sweetheart, what's your name and what kind of a talk are you wanting to give?
My name is Sam, and I am a Theta Healing practitioner.
Awesome.
And I'm having a really hard time with the title.
Yeah.
And
nice
I
to meet you, Sam.
put it out to the goddesses last night, and I realized because my blurb was like that long, I didn't even know how to
Yeah.
How can I-
Well, let me help you narrow it down. So here's the thing about those modalities like theta healing and, emotional freedom technique and all of these amazing modalities that have, absolutely supported me to be as healthy and, vibrant as I feel like I am today. But people out there don't necessarily know what they are. So again, features tell, but benefits are what sell. So I'm curious, when somebody comes and does a theta healing session with you, how do they feel afterward? What's the result?
Well, usually calm.
Yeah.
Calm and hopeful.
Yeah.
When I did your exercise on getting people to tell me how they feel after they work with me, and mostly I got, I give them love and hope.
Yeah.
But the client, there's so many different things that theta is good for. That's how I'm, and I'm struggling with the micro niche.
Yeah. And I want to also really emphasize for all of you, every single one of you, that you don't have to stick with a niche that you start out with forever. Our programs every year get a little bit more and more I'm able to support a wider range of entrepreneurs every year. The first year it was just like I had 20 healers and that was it. And the second year we had 50 coaches and 30 healers. And, as the years go by, I've got business consultants, I've got realtors, I've got hairdressers joining my programs because every year I'm able to sort of scoop up more resources and take a broader stance for women entrepreneurs and reach a larger audience. So I want to just really emphasize for every single one of you that might be struggling with niche. I know it's easy to think I can help everybody. But again, the more you're willing to just start with a specific group of people, the more you'll stand out. And then as you build your platform, you can expand and expand and expand from there. So Sam, I'm wondering for you, is there a group of people that you feel particularly fond of? Or oftentimes our greatest niche is a version of us, what did you do before you launched your business? I'm curious.
Well, I was, my film career died a long, slow death. And I was a Pilates instructor as my support career. And that also died a long, slow death. Actually, I burned out with the Pilates. I burned out. And then what really changed was my mom had a stroke. Yeah. And I moved in with my dad. We were trying to keep her at home. And it was a horrible, beautiful 3 years.
Yeah.
And if I hadn't found theta healing, I wouldn't have made it, and I wouldn't have been able to support the rest of the crew. Yeah. And also, I was thinking this morning because I had a feeling that you'd pull me on today. I was thinking about my sister-in-law. She got hit by a car in her 20s, and she had PTSD, and that was years ago, before it was really something people were talking about. Yeah. And I remember about 5 years after she got hit, I walked up behind her. She was washing dishes. And I spooked her a little, and all of her symptoms went 100%. Yeah. And I thought, wow, that is a brain that needs a reset. There's something. So actually, when I put my blurb on yesterday to get help, one of our sisters wrote me back and said I have PTSD because I mentioned it. So this morning I offered her 4 free sessions. Yeah. See, because she's really struggling. Yeah. So that's all
great first step. Do some free sessions for each other and give each other success stories. That's what we do in Women Rocking Business. We're rocking our businesses together. This is all about collaboration. So I love that you guys are starting there. You guys can do some free sessions for each other in exchange for some success stories, testimonials, and then you actually have some testimonials to put on your website and put on your flyers and in your marketing materials. And when you announce that you have a talk coming up, you can have some testimonials right there in the marketing language of the talk because you got out there and you served somebody. So I love that. It's a great first step. And I heard a couple of things in what you just shared. One, you've been through major burnout. It's a real thing. I actually spend a considerable amount of my energy every week taking action steps to make sure I avoid that. Because with the book coming out, I'm speaking on a huge stage next month, on 2 huge stages next month at the Emerging Women's Conference. We have, publicity opportunities happening every week. We want Sage on this radio interview. We want Sage on, to drive up to San Francisco and get on Fox News. How exciting for me, right? But I could very easily fry myself. right? And, you know, we all need to learn how to do that. And most of us weren't taught how to do that. I mean, I hired my own mentor to teach me how to calm my nervous system, how to do the breathing, how to alkalize my body, right? So I think burnout is a very real problem that women face that you could become an expert of. You could become a big fish in a small pond if you become the burnout expert. Another thing that I heard you say is that you've been in the film industry. You're a very creative person. I'm imagining you're probably going to attract very creative clients no matter what you're going to attract creative people no matter what your niche is. However, you know, that's a niche in and of itself, like creative leadership, creative women leaders, right? Who are, living very full creative lives and who need to learn sort of like how to put boundaries on that creativity. But I think burnout's probably the hottest problem that you could start out by solving. How does that land for you?
It does land, because the other group of people that I get a lot in my chair are women in midlife that they're burnt out. They're burnt out of doing what they thought they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
And that is actually more of who I see, but I didn't know how to, sorry, the little pup is having a bad day.
All right. Yeah, I love that for you. The burnout solution, something like the burnout solution.
That's a great title.
Super hot, right? And then the subtitle could be like three strategies to avoid burnout for professional high achieving women, or professional high achieving leaders, and hear what I'm doing here for us, every single one of you that are listening to me, Coach Sam. When you can actually acknowledge your potential clients in your titles, they're going to be even more likely to trust you from the very beginning with that title that you throw out, right? Like when you say, attention high achieving professional women, right? Come learn the burnout solution. What did you just do? Well, you just acknowledged that I'm not like some, dropout burnout struggling, right? I'm a professional high achieving woman who also is going to face burnout just because of the amount of drive I have and the amount of excellence that I'm going for in my life. Like that's actually a recipe where burnout's going to be one of the enemies that, we face on these paths of actually creating a greater impact. And we want to make sure that you get the people who know they're high achieving, right? Who know they're playing a big game, and yet they can see that burnout is a real risk. You don't want to get the people that are so burned out and depressed that you're not even going to be able to talk any sense into them, right? And every single one of you can start applying that to your titles and your subtitles and your marketing language. We're acknowledging people. We're letting them know, hey, you're amazing, you're professional, you're high achieving, you're a highly intuitive, sensitive, whatever. And I still have this solution for you, right? This is really hot marketing. We're connecting the dots and we're pulling them in. What other questions do you have for me? This is exciting. We might have just established your niche.
Oh my gosh. So do I need to put theta healing anywhere in that title?
I wouldn't.
Just leave it, because that is the hardest thing, is explaining.
People don't know what it is.
No.
Get them in your room and give them a taste of it.
So who would you suggest? Like last week I sent out 50 or so offers for discovery talks to specifically RMTs, health and wellness, for the theta healing, to introduce theta healing, because the other thing I'd really like to do is to teach other healers so that they can have that in their toolkit and they can teach.
That's going to be another really hot thing that you can do that's very easily monetizable, to actually certify healers in theta healing.
Yes.
And if you want to just skip the whole burnout thing and go straight to that, that's an equally lucrative venture. Okay. I want to really say this to any of you that are a healer, any of you that consider yourselves healers who are out there kind of struggling to make a living. Certification courses are very hot. Healers are absolutely excited. And you want to look at when you're in the niche inquiry, like, who are my people? Who are my clients? And that's something that we help you with in my 3-month workshop leader training, by the way. We help you get clear on who these people are that you're going to be speaking to. When you're in that inquiry, you want to be asking yourself the question, do these people have a market history of investing in a solution? Like, right? Like, do these people actually have a history of investing in a solution like the one I'm bringing? Because if they don't, you're going to be marketing very upstream instead of marketing downstream, which is what we want to teach you to do. So I really like that for you. Do you feel like is that something potentially like to
what I learned from you in the last few days? So that's why I targeted them. It's just that I only got one bite from like 50 different places. So I don't know why I only got one bite, because I also think it's a fantastic.
Well, I think, were you trying to get them into a discovery session with you, like a one-on-one conversation?
No, I offered to their group to come down and do teach them the meditation and do a presentation on what theta healing was about and how it would assist them and assist their clients.
And did you actually pick up the phone and see?
No, I emailed everybody.
No, you got to see, that's the thing, but they don't know who you are, right? You don't have a platform yet.
No, I mean, I have clients, but I don't have my Facebook page is quite small and it's not impressive.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, you guys, when you're not known yet, like, I mean, I remember eating a lot of humble pie when I was trying to get people to come to my speaking engagements. It's like, they don't know who I am from Joe Schmo. You know, I've got a cute haircut, but that doesn't do that, right? Like, you have to be willing to really get on the phone, talk to people, find out what people's biggest pain points are. What is your, like, I'm so excited about your group. Tell me about your group. When do you guys meet? What are you guys doing in your group? What are the goals of your group? Right? Like, what kinds of healers are in your group? What are you guys wanting as a group? Wow, I've got this amazing modality that I could actually introduce to your group. I also, as much as I love meditation, and I have a dear friend, Craig Hamilton, who's married to Claire Zammit, who's made a beautiful living as a meditation instructor online. You know, he started out, very small, teaching people basically to evolve through meditation. But he started out locally, mostly working, mostly basically teaching meditation for free. The thing about meditation is people sometimes put it in a box, like, oh, you're just a meditation instructor. Yeah, you and everybody else, right?
And that's not what theta healing is.
It's your skills as a practitioner that set you apart. And I'm not saying you can't, like, if you want to build a platform, if you want full rooms as a meditation instructor, we can teach you how to do that. We've done that before. But as a meditation instructor, I really want to make sure that we niche you in a way that you actually stand out as a meditation instructor. Like, Craig Hamilton, if you guys are meditation instructors, you guys can go look at his stuff. It's like, his whole thing is like, we're going all the way, and we're expanding your consciousness. Like, this is the lifetime where you're going to wake all the way up. This is about you awakening all the way, right? And like, that's his brand. He's not just another meditation instructor. But for you, what I'm hearing is that you have a system that actually teaches people to just completely like find calm. Like, this is just like a calm inducing tool. I don't know a ton about theta.
Well, it is that, but it also, you have to, it has the ability to pull limiting beliefs, to download, it's full light worker kind of stuff. So yeah. I feel like my niche probably has more to do with teaching teachers.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you should do healing circles. I think you should gather the healers, host healing circles.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, and then open up certification.
Okay, now I get what I could do.
Yeah. You're calling in the healers.
That's what I was going to call it, was calling all healers.
Yeah.
Now, would that be a title for a talk or the business name?
Either one. And, with healers, again, there's going to be this time where you're sort of building the momentum. You're basically like, because healers are a tricky tribe. Like, you're going to have to really spend a few months investing in building a name for yourself, because healers already follow a lot of their own mentors, right? And so you're having to kind of like bust in and establish some leadership there. Yeah. And then the other thing about healers is that, as healers, we tend to be, there's a lot going on in our life, like we're looking for all different kinds of things. Most of us are looking to build our businesses, right?
Yeah.
Most of us are looking for a support system of other high achieving healers. We're talking about like professional healers. You're wanting to call in, you know, if I were trying to break into that space, I think what I'd be doing is, and what I've seen a couple of my clients do really successfully. Megan Edge is one of my clients in Canada that did this really successfully and has built a really nice 6-figure business up there. She has like a healing, a professional healers meetup.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Every month, the first Tuesday night of the month. This is a meetup group for professional healers. We're going to be bringing in tools and support systems for you guys so that you can rock your practice, rock your career as a healer. We can get you the support you need and surround you by, you know, rock star incredible healers. Your puppy is so cute.
I know, right?
So I'm excited for you for this. Are you good?
Thank you so much. You've given me so much to work with.
You're so welcome. I would love to help you. I would love to have the opportunity to go deeper with you. And help
I'm in Grow Your Tribe.
Huh?
I signed up for the Grow Your Tribe.
Yay! You're in Tribe. So you're going to be in the 3-month Events That Change Lives course, and that starts in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So excited.
Thank you so much for everything you do for us.
I'll see you there, Sam. You're so welcome.
Okay.
Bye, beauty.
Bye.
Those healers are going to be lucky they hired you.
Thank you.
All right, ladies, goddesses. I love that I can just say ladies. I don't have to say ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I have something I'd like to tell you about. I have something I'd like to show you. I have a super important announcement for you guys, and that is that doors are open to our 3-month-long training program. And I want to just tell you a little bit about that program right now so that you know that doors are opening. Sam actually jumped into the program last month before we were even really officially open. And I want to let you know that some of you, I know, have been asking us over the last few days, you know, how do I go deeper with Sage? Okay, I bought the book, you know, I've got the bonuses, I'm starting to digest the bonuses, and I'm just wanting to get out there faster. I'm wanting to get clients more quickly, and I'm wanting to be in a tighter, you know, a tighter community here where I've got the formulas week by week to really get my message out there, put talks on the calendar, and be getting clients. So I want to let you know that doors are opening to our 90-day Events That Change Lives training program next week for our tribe of 100,000 women. But for you goddesses who are here in the Women Rocking Business Sisterhood page, we're going to let you know about it a week early and give you time to chat with one of our team members to see, you know, what is your individualized plan for making the kind of money that you want to make in your business, and whether this program is a fit for you or not. My team has actually opened up spots on their calendar specifically for Facebook challengers. And again, our 3-month training program starts the first week of October, and it's called Leading Events That Change Lives. And over the course of the 3 months, we're going to be helping you craft your entire talk that you can use to get clients, so that when you have 4 people show up, or 8 people show up, or 10 people show up, or 15 people show up, you know what to do. You know how to tell a story in the beginning of that talk that really captivates your, you know, the attention of your participants. You're going to learn how to put together the content that leads people down a process of learning just enough, but not too much, where you don't blast them with so much information they go home and they don't even know what to do with everything that you gave them. And then we're going to be helping you really completely dial in your offer, so you know how to make that offer from Stage that has people really result in wanting to work with you. So my clients keep popping up here on my video testimonial screen. Let me just show you what this program looks like. And then Jen Sebastian is going to give you the, oh, Shannon's right here waiting to support you guys. She's on live chat right now. Isn't that cool? You guys are going to love Shannon. She's amazing. She's one of our trainers and coaches that coach our women in our year-long program. So this program is called Women Rocking Business with Events That Change Lives. It's at eventsthatchangelives.com/program. And Jen will give you the URL for those of you that are interested. And when you head over there, you're gonna see that you can chat with my team about what might be the right next step for you in your business. Here are some of my clients who have both graduated from the program and created, six-figure incomes, $5,000 or $10,000 with each speaking engagement. Here's some great testimonials so that you can really trust that this is not just me, and it's not just, Deborah that you met yesterday. It's not just a few of us that can do this. It's all of you guys that can do this. And then every month you guys get Q&A calls with my team and I. You guys get all of our templates for putting your offers together, checklists of everything that we do to get butts in seats and fill our events. Every module is a video module that is a video of me teaching the tools while I'm on stage in front of 80 of my clients. So you're going to get to see me teaching in the way that I teach on stage, live and in a room, while at the same time learning the skills that you need to put your talks together. So module number 1 is all about creating a life-changing workshop or event. Module 2 is about creating that offer that you're going to make. Module number 3 is about creating a story that attracts your clients, because content tells, but stories are what sell. Module number 4 is going to be, how do you actually use your own power to attract your ideal clients and not burn yourself out? How do you prepare yourself to be a really skilled and sustainable business owner, right? Module number 5 is actually, for some of my clients, their favorite module, because I teach you how to create breakthrough exercises that you can do in your rooms, which is one of my favorite things to teach. How do you actually put together an experience for your participants that allows them to have a breakthrough? And then module number 6 is about creating partnerships to fill your events. I'm actually teamed up with Ocean Robbins and Ryan Eliason to teach you how to use referral partnerships to fill your events. So when you sign up for the program, you get some bonuses. You get to come to our live event in March, which many of you are already coming to because you bought the book. You also get a bonus about how to lead international retreats. I brought in Morgana Ray to help me teach that. We're also going to throw in my niche clarity course to help you get really clear on your message. I already mentioned the partnering with other leaders bonus. And this program is normally a $2,000 program. And right now we're doing half price. It's $997, or you can pay in 3 payments. And one of the things that we want to be really sure of in terms of the Facebook challenge is, some of you are a fit for this program and some of you may not be a fit for this program, depending on what your business goals are. And that's why my team has opened up spots in their calendar to chat with you about what your next business goals are. And by the way, my team is amazing. Like, they're all really successful business coaches, and most of them have built their own business, with the exception of a couple of them who have helped me build this business. So they've all built either their own business or they've been, single-handedly responsible for growing one of the departments of our $1 million company. And when you guys sit down with our coaches, they're not going to try to convince you of anything. Okay, they're going to get really clear on where you've been, what you want to bring, what your business goals are, and then they'll make the best recommendation to you from a totally integrous and honest perspective of whether this program might be a fit for you, whether another program might be a fit for you, or whether none of these programs are a fit for you right now, and there might be 2 or 3 things we want you to go out and work on yourself, or we might make a referral to somebody else's program. That's how we roll. We don't want people in this program that aren't a fit. But what I want to just let you know about is 2 things. As soon as we open doors to the program, and you guys are going to see there's a 3-part video series. Many of you already watched the first video of my workshop leader series that I did. They're kind of professionally shot. I'm in my living room with my yellow wall in the background. As soon as we release those out to our community as a whole, my coaches' schedules fill up completely. So if you think you may want to chat with one of my coaches about getting more support or just about individualizing your own path right now and really getting going with your business, get in their calendar today, because we're opening up doors to my entire community at large later this week to get into my coaches' schedules. So grab a spot with my coaches today. Jen Sebastian is going to put the link in the comment section where you guys can go ahead and book a time to chat with our coaches about the Events That Change Lives course. Jen's also going to put the URL for the Events That Change Lives course in the comment section. It's at eventsthatchangelives.com/program. Again, that's eventsthatchangelives.com/program. So you can spend a little bit more time with the details of the course itself. Now, we're doing something insane right now because we have the book launch going on. My book comes out next week, September 26th. I've been working on this puppy for 2 years. We're doing something kind of insane just for Facebook challengers, only for Facebook challengers. If you are somebody who feels like it would be awesome for you to have extra copies of this book to give out at your events, to sell to your clients, to pass out in a networking event, anybody who jumps in to Events That Change Lives this week, you get 25 copies of my book shipped to you. You can sell those copies and pay yourself back for the investment in the course. If you're training women anyway, why not have this book be a bonus to any programs that you're offering? It's something that we're only doing because we're in our big book launch promo right now. And of course, we're absorbing the expense of all those books. So if you're someone who's stoked to be working this 12-step Women Rocking Business system with a group of women, or if your niche is women and you're thinking about jumping into the Events That Change Lives course, consider jumping in before Friday morning and grabbing a spot to talk with one of our coaches, because you are eligible to get the 25 book bonus. And let the coaches know that you're wanting that, okay? Because the coaches are also talking to people who are coming from one of the speaking engagements I did last month. Our coaches, they know that it's available for Facebook challengers, but they're not necessarily going to know you're a Facebook challenger. So just ask them about the 25 book bonus if that's something that you want. Okay. So I'm here to coach a couple of more of you. I can stay on for about 10 more minutes. I'm really excited about the possibility of spending 3 whole months with many of you who are going to, during that 3 months, you're going to take the steps to do your next talk, your next live talk, where you actually use that talk to get clients. And it's so much fun watching our Events That Change Lives students every year. They get out there, they're doing talks in their living room, at the local theater, wherever they're doing it, and they come back and they're getting clients. And I'm going to start crying as I start talking about it, but just knowing that we get to do that alongside each other, and knowing that we can start our businesses together, and knowing that we have so much more courage to go out there when we know we have this, group of people behind us that's going out and doing those talks alongside each other. Just that one thing takes so much courage. It's tricky to do it alone, right? Of course it is. So I'm excited about the possibility of spending 3 months with some of you goddesses. Okay. Who was next to get some coaching on your title or on your upcoming events? This is Catherine. You are live. Coming up in a moment as a panelist. If you're still here, hopefully you're still here. There you are. Hi, beauty. How are you? It's hard to hear you. I can't hear you at all. You might actually need to, it's something about your microphone. I wonder if you could try just unplugging and using your computer's sound.
Can you?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, good. Hi, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm a little embarrassed because I'm in Panera right now. So I'm at the coffee shop.
Oh, Oh, no problem. Don't be embarrassed. You're here working on your business. You're very dark because you're backlit. But if you turn your computer just a little bit, we might be able to see your beautiful face.
Oh, you know what I'll do is I'll change my seat. And you guys
There you are. Oh, you're gorgeous. Look at you. I love curly hair. How come I wasn't born with curly hair?
I love your hair, so.
Oh my gosh. So how can I support you?
Okay, so let me get my mouse because first I'm totally excited that I can't believe I'm on phone with you. I want to make sure I don't lose you with battery. But, I'd like a little help with just one of the titles.
Yeah.
So I went to Women Rocking Business and it was so cool. And I loved doing these mini sessions because I do like a 6 series of 3-hour-long workshops. And but I'm excited about this thing that you're just offering about offering enough, but not the total thing. Because I was giving 2-hour workshops to people. And I think I gave them so much that some people were like, oh, you solved this issue for me. And then they didn't.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. We need to make sure that you guys give enough, but not too much. So how can I help you the most?
I was kind of just like, oh, maybe I can get on and I'll play around. So I was going to give you just one title and see what your thoughts were.
Yeah.
So I did.
Throw it at me.
It was 5 ways you can live a radiant, inspired, and magical life, which kind of does feel fluffy now that I've listened to people. And there was a Word document that I had. No, that was.
I love that you're using a number. I haven't gotten a chance to talk about numbers a lot yet. And some of you guys are going to be resistant to putting numbers in your titles. But I'm here to tell you that putting a number in your title adds a lot of credibility and it adds some structure, right? Because you have to remember that even if this is a free talk that you're giving, again, people are investing in you with their time. So you want to make sure that they know that they're actually going to get something by coming to hear you speak. And when you put a number out in front, like the 3 keys or the 5 strategies, those numbers have your people feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get something tangible. Can you guys feel that? So I know some of you think it's cheesy to put a number. I felt that way too. I was kind of resistant, but it was so interesting. I've tested it both ways and my clients have tested it both ways. As soon as they put numbers, more people show up. So it's one of those things where it's like sometimes we have to suspend our own disbelief and kind of imitate before we innovate type of thing. But I'm curious for you, Catherine, like it's still not passing the face test for me. Like who wants to come and learn how to live a more radiant, inspired life? You know, who are these people or who can you help? What are they struggling with when they come to you?
So I had then I added on the Eventbrite, you will, and then I said, identify your unique gifts, learn the power of life-giving communities, discover what blocks an extraordinary life. So and then experience your longings and dreams as messengers and become empowered to lead an authentic and vibrant life. So I'll just.
Okay.
So
here's the thing. You're talking to messengers and you're willing to help them identify their unique gifts. Is that right?
Yeah, and it's like getting them in touch with, getting people or humanity in touch with that we're all born with these unique gifts.
Right.
And we come here very specific. We're like fingerprinted souls. And
right.
I
love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And I'm in complete agreement with you. And here's what I want to caution all of you guys against. When we use signature, like how soon do you need to have paying clients? Is that something that you're like yesterday? Yeah, like yesterday. Yeah. So some of you might not be in a position where you need clients yesterday, and that's fine. You know, we have a handful of people join our Events That Change Lives course every year who are wanting to build a movement and they don't need to be making money right away. So I always like to check in, like, what are your financial needs? If you want to be making money right away, I want to invite you to start thinking about your business as like a dinner party, right? Like you're not going bigger, better, faster, stronger, global, humanity. You're not going there right away. That's not your first step, right? If you guys need paying clients instead of, you know, and I say this with total love because I was the same way. And the fact that you actually want to affect humanity tells me so much about your heart. It tells me that you're like this amazing, heartful, you're a messenger yourself. But we need to make sure that you're starting small enough to actually have those messengers pay you. And those messengers are going to pay you when they feel like you might actually be willing to help them. Here's one thing they'll pay you for. One thing they'll pay you for is, are you willing to actually help them figure out what their unique gifts are and what they're meant to be doing in their life and their career both? Are you willing to help them figure that out?
Oh yeah, totally.
Awesome.
That's what I do.
Awesome. So here's the thing. I don't want you to don't shy away from the career word, because their life could be great, but they still don't have any idea how to make a living as a messenger. You don't have to teach them business skills, but I started out as a life purpose coach. I actually got to the point where I was making $8,000 a month or $10,000 a month, just helping people get clear on what their life purpose was. And then as I got better and better at that, and as I got better and better at building my own business, I developed the chops to help people with businesses. But I could have just stayed as a life purpose coach. My good friend Derek Rydall and I started our businesses out together, and he's an amazing life purpose consultant. He's got $1 million company, just helping people get really clear on who they're here to be, what's their true purpose in life, right? So I would bring in the word career and really focus this on I'm going to help you, 3 keys to clarify your unique gifts, right? And creating a thriving life and career you love, something like that.
Now, your unique gifts. So I don't really do it around career. I do it around, it's kind of weird, like what your gifts are as, like some of us have the gift of mother, and some of us have the gift of artist, but some of that's drowned and the mechanisms are blocking them. Right. So I could do careers, but I'm trying to think I
guess the question is, are you willing to? Because here's the thing, you've got to actually be positioning yourself to have people invest hundreds or even thousands of dollars in themselves through you. So you have to be, when you guys are ready to make money, you have to be willing to sometimes adjust what you're doing a little bit so that you can solve an immediate problem for people. Because like you said, you even called it on yourself. You're like, as I'm reading back through this title, it's not very grounded. It's a little bit airy, it's a little bit metaphysical, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't give people who are struggling to get to the grocery store, or
right.
I'm thinking maybe if it's not career, can it be relationship? Because these tools will really help with relationship, and that kind of tone.
Yes.
Relationships, or even parenting. There's this piece around.
Those are both great areas to focus. And remember, Catherine, once you build a name for yourself in the relationship niche, in the parenting niche, then 2 years down the road, we can, we have women joining our higher level mastermind. It's called Leverage. 2 years down the road, we could expand you out so that you're actually, now that you've got a 6-figure income as a parenting coach or as a relationship coach, then we could actually build you out into being, these are these more metaphysical tools that I teach. This is my specialty. But the more you are willing to start with a type of human, the easier it is to make money. We call that downstream marketing. So yeah, what about how would your stuff help me in relationships?
So definitely easy with parenting, but with relationships, I help people, I go through a series of 6 different types of relationships. So it helps people clarify what they're actually living with. You could live 6 different and more relationships with one person. So even clarifying, when you work in business and you are working with a friend who's also your assistant, and then you have to really clarify and ground, is this person your mentor? And then you have to be clear with each other. Right now, we're not friends. Right now, we're working, but it really calms the emotional zone, and it really can center the intellect so that they can feel safe and people are not freaking out and having reactions because I was thinking you were going to be present for me when actually I was supposed to be getting something done.
Right.
So, but that can be brought not only in the business realm, but relationally, even as when I'm parenting or when I'm being a partner or so giving clarity.
Yeah. Navigating challenging relationships, right?
That's cool. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you're an incredibly intelligent person. And I think one of the things that happens for those of us that have done a lot of training, we've done a lot of personal work, we've done a lot of self-growth, we're actually a few steps ahead of where our clients are with particular sets of language.
Yeah.
And when we bring our expertise to people at a certain level, it's not matching like the things they're complaining to their friends about. In fact, did you guys know that like people don't buy at a level 8, 9, or 10 of like the level of expertise? Catherine, I can feel that you're an expert in what you do, but they don't buy at level 8, 9, or 10. You want to know what level they buy at?
Tell me.
It's like a 3. Right? Like when you look out at like the level of sort of expert level language that actually has people buy, it's like a 3. It's like a super basic, simple, like I'm going to break it down for you and teach you exactly what you're going to need to learn. Right. So, Catherine, I love that. I love navigating challenging relationships, Like,
yeah, this was helpful. That language thing is so hard for me because I'm so in the work all the time.
Yeah, you're in it. You're so in it.
And when they're in the room, it transforms, but I can't speak to them on that. Yeah, you totally.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah, I'm so excited that I got.
How much money do you need to be making? I'm curious.
I mean, I'd be totally psyched with $4,000 a month.
$4,000 a month.
Yeah.
Do you have any clients right now?
Well, I started a program, so I have 2 people for the next 6 months, but I'm going to be inviting people in each month for the individual pieces of it.
Yeah.
But then I just did a package for the 6. So I'm going to try to keep doing mini talks and get clearer so people will come in for each segment. So
yeah. And how much are you charging?
$697 for the 6 months.
Okay, great. And would you be open to raising that as you get more and more comfortable?
Yeah, I think I would. I mean, this has been uncomfortable too because I just released it. So
yeah,
but I would.
And because there's 2 people in a 6-month program. Is it a group program?
Yeah, it's going to be a hybrid. So we meet live, and then the next week we meet online.
Great, great.
Then playing with this.
And then you're thinking about bringing new people into that each month?
Yeah, so for each module. So like this module was being your best self, and they discover some of their gifts. And then next month will be making decision. Next month will be the life-giving relationship part.
And is that going to be okay for the 2 people that have already been with you to have new people joining every month?
Yeah, we talked about it because they actually had some friends that didn't want to commit to the whole thing. So they're open, and I think so. I'm going to see how that works.
Yeah. Can I give you some suggestions?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things I'd like to do is I'd like to make sure that you're positioned to be able to work with clients individually for a higher investment level. Because right now, you beta tested this class for $700 for a 6-month experience, and that's super affordable. And that's okay. That's great that you did that. And you're going to want to make sure that that you don't all of a sudden just let everybody know that, you can just pop in for $150 this month. Because if you do that, you're going to be setting up a mindset in your community as to how much your time is worth. So as soon as possible, when you're talking to new people, I'm going to recommend that if they can come in to these other, if they can come into this other program, they might be able to buy some sort of a package where they could get started with, let me just simplify this for a minute. I would like to see you charging monthly and giving people a fairly robust amount of individual attention for you to really get some momentum in this niche. Because I know if I'm being challenged in my relationships, I would absolutely be willing to pay you $250 or $300 a month to coach me privately a couple times a month so that I can come to you and I can be like, yeah, my boyfriend's being a jerk and I'm not taking any responsibility or whatever it is. And I want your full attention on me and I'm willing to pay for that. Because we're living in an age of information overload. You can get the answer to any question online that you want these days. Mm-hmm. What people are really willing to pay for is your attention. So if you're out there trying to make some money, it's one of the reasons why I'm giving you guys this formula, and I'm saying to many of you, for many of you, your very, very best strategy that you could do would be to start giving free talks, because nobody knows who you are yet for many of you. Free talks, offer a free session, and then put people in a 6-month program at $300 a pop or $500 a pop. Because, you know, Catherine, if you're looking to make $4,000 a month, you know, if we can get you to the point where you feel like your services are worth, say, $400 a month, that's only 10 clients at $400 a month. And I'm here to tell you the universe actually wants you to be making a living. And we need to get you making a living before you run out of passion and drive to really build this business, right? So let's say you started out at $297 a month. Let's say you started out at $297 a month. And that gets you 2 sessions a month with Catherine, 2 private sessions, and people can drop into that group experience if they want to. That's part of the package. It's $297 a month for 6 months. And if you have 12 people in there, that's going to be $3,600 a month right there coming in with your mentorship practice. And you're going to be able to breathe.
Yeah, I like that. So they sign up instead of paying the smaller price for just the 1-month package with the training, which I want to give them the training anyway.
Yeah.
They're only paying probably $150 more, but I give them 2 free sessions and they get to be in the training, which actually psychs me out anyway, because I just want them to learn.
Yeah, exactly. So sweetheart,
great.
In order to position you to be able to charge $300 a month, we want to make sure we really dial in your talk, and we want to make sure we get you those enrollment skills so you can really dial in that enrollment conversation. So I'll tell you what, are you going to grab a spot to talk with one of my coaches?
I already did.
Oh, good.
4:30.
So I'm going to actually throw, just for those of you that watch this video, for this week only, and you will find out about this on the masterclass as well, we throw in what we call our enrollment mastery training, which is a deeper training around that enrollment conversation that you're wanting to skill up in. Because once you do those free talks and now you're one-on-one with people, you want to be as strong as possible in that conversation. So ask my coach. If you're considering joining Events That Change Lives, ask my coach about the enrollment bonus program, and they'll be able to give that to you on the phone. And that way you'll have the whole system from doing these free talks to sitting down one-on-one with a potential client, and you'll actually have the positioning to be able to charge $297 a month. And let's just get you going, right? Because there's no reason, in talking with you for 5 minutes, 7 minutes or so, there's just no reason why you shouldn't have these clients. You're smart, you're intuitive, you're on fire, you're passionate, you're ready to help. And I'd love to see you be successful in this.
Oh, thanks, Sage.
You're so welcome.
Thanks so much. I can't wait to see you in March.
You're welcome so much. I will see you in March. Excited to have you chat with a coach. I'm sending you tons of love, and I'm excited for these people that are struggling with relationships. I know for me, in my last romantic relationship, I needed so much support. And you can answer so many prayers for people with these tools.
Thanks, Sage, and bless you. You take care.
You are welcome. So nice to meet you, Catherine. So nice to meet you.
Bye.
Bye. All right, goddesses. So we're going to be back on tomorrow for our 5th and final day of the Facebook challenge. I want to congratulate every single one of you who has grabbed a copy of Women Rocking Business and gotten the free training bonuses. I want to hear how you liked the Freedom Formula training that goes along with the book. And tomorrow is all about chapter 12, giving and getting. How do you set up a business where you could actually give back? How do you align with humanitarian organizations or nonprofit organizations so that they could help you get the word out about your business and you could help them do fundraising, and it can be a crazy win-win. I've had events where I make between $500,000 from stage, $500,000, all the way up to $1 million standing on stage. And those events included a partnership with a nonprofit organization that helped me fill the event and that we were able to do fundraising for. And I want to make sure that learn a little bit about that formula, I'm going to be bringing on one of the evolutionary elders of our time. She's amazing. If you haven't heard her speak, she's absolutely incredible. I'm going to be bringing her on live so you can meet her, and we'll be having a really beautiful conversation and teaching around what it really means to evolve your business as a conscious woman that wants to give back. And congratulations to all of you who grabbed a spot to chat with one of my coaches about the Events That Change Lives training program. I'm really excited to see some of you in that program over the next few months, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll be on the Facebook page later today saying hi. I love you, I bless you, and your clients are waiting for you. They're not just waiting for someone like you, they are actually waiting for you. Bye, you guys.